Yo, yo, y'all, I wanna fucking die as usual. Dyer back at you again with another dog shit video. This one was made for @ClapCyber in the comment section. Shout out to you, bro. This is part 1 of 2 of my Specialist Guide series. This one will be interactive. Lethal specialists. Tomorrow, what will come out will be passive specialists and non-lethal specialists. Thank you guys for sitting through this god-awful intro. The next videos that will be coming up are the Mozu nuke when I finally get good at the video game, Guide to the Spitfire, and of course, part 2 for this video. Have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoy. The first thing we're starting out with is Outrider. Outrider is an extremely interesting character due to her kit. Outrider has a aerial surveillance drone that marks enemies on your HUD with a red box, and you can see them through walls. And she has a bow with a magnified scope that allows you to ADS and un-ADS at your choice. And if you run Gung Ho, she has an extremely accurate and lethal hip fire. From here, we will transition in to Firebreak. Firebreak is another extremely interesting character due to the fact that he allows you to move and play close range with his specialist ability, being the Purifier, shredding anything point blank in close range, and having that reactor core to be able to damage people with area of effect damage through walls and buildings and rocks and terrain and such. He has a very interesting kit, which is most effectively seen and used on Nuketown and Grind. For Firebreak, you should run Gung Ho and Flak Jacket at a minimum in order to be able to move while using your ultimate and to protect yourself while using your reactor core and allow you to use it for longer. On top of that, I definitely do recommend running Equipment Charge if you are in Nuketown or Grind, because it allows you to get those specialist abilities and weapons a lot more quickly, allowing you to get a lot more kills and racking up those points to get those specialist abilities and weapons all over again. Again, this character is extremely interesting due to his point-blank lethality, but his inability to kill things at long range, which is specialist. That's why he excels at those extremely close-range maps. One strategy you will find extremely common on Nuketown is double equipment charge Crash, double equipment charge Firebreak, and then Stim Shot Reaper. If you are not going to run equipment charge on Firebreak, I do recommend Stim Shot, due to the fact that it allows you to heal while sprinting and using your ultimate paired with Gung Ho, which is extremely effective in getting those chain kills or quad feeds or whatever multi-kill challenge you are going for. On Nuketown or Grind, you should always let your best players play the Purifier, as they will use it most effectively. Your second best players use the Reaper, and your third best players using those Crash, because those Crash players are able to support the Reaper and the Firebreak in order to allow them to live longer, have more ammo, and be able to get those specialist weapons and abilities and score streaks a hell of a lot faster between those ammo packs and TAC 5 boosts. With Firebreak in the meta currently, I would argue that he is in the top 4 characters. Out of the lethal characters, he is definitely in the top 2, which would be Reaper and Firebreak. Reaper and Firebreak both specialize at very different things, but do it very similarly. Firebreak has that cone and area of effect damage, which can be used extremely effectively to farm score and chain kills together. If you move from your area of effect to Purifier back to your regular weapon through spawn trapping, you're able to put the enemies in a terrible position, especially on those extremely small maps. And if you continue to pair that between your 2 Firebreaks chaining those different reactor cores and Purifiers, you're able to hold an extremely effective spawn trap, which the enemies will not be able to escape through anything but leaving the game. The counters to Firebreak are Flak Jacket and Tactical Mask. Tactical Mask allows you to have less disruption on your screen and die slightly less quickly to the reactor core, and Flak Jacket allows you to die a lot less quickly to the reactor core and Purifier. One perk I always run is Flak Jacket, because it makes you a lot more likely to take this character down than TAC Mask would, but TAC Mask does help a little bit. Another thing that helps a lot with countering Firebreak is staying at those long ranges. That area of effect can go through anything, but it does have a certain range, and so does that Purifier, both extremely short. So if you can stay far away from a Firebreak using either of their abilities, you will find your chance of surviving a lot more heightened and effective in your ability to take him down to help your entire team. When you are playing Firebreak in that manner. You must be able to get close to the enemies or close to the house that they're inside in order to reactor core them out of that house in order to kill them in order to give your teammates more map control. So you need to be extremely knowledgeable in how to move through those small maps without getting shot or killed in order to help your team out. Firebreak is especially good at area clearing with his reactor core and spawn holding with his Purifier, which with that kit combining with the other balances of a good 6-man team, you are able to chain, as I said previously, very effectively with other characters, such as the next character which we are going to transition to, which will be Reaper. Reaper works very similarly in Firebreak, where he has a hip-mounted ultimate and an extremely separate equipment, but his equipment uses basically a centralized counter UAV. You cover up an area of the map that you can still see, but the enemies cannot. It has a fairly fast recharge rate, which means it does not need equipment charge to be able to spam them like the reactor core, and it gives you a lot of score when you and your teammates are getting kills in it, allowing you to effectively build up those score streaks a lot faster, even if you're playing passively. If you throw that in the middle of the map on Nuketown, while you are holding one side off from the enemies will not just be unable to see you, but you will also be able to see those enemies and gain increased score from you and your teammates getting kills in that area. The other part of Reaper's kit, what is probably the most iconic part of his kit, would be the Scythe machine gun, which was brought back from Black Ops 3, favoring the Psychosis, which I too agree with. It is a hip-fired machine gun in this game with 2 different firing modes. When you're hip-firing, if you run Gung-Ho, which I do recommend in Stim Shot, you can sprint, heal, and shoot at the same time, allowing you to be an extremely mobile death unit, taking down the enemy team at ungodly speeds, usually having a 2-shot time to kill with a slowly high fire rate, extremely high penetration, but not much else. When you ADS with the Scythe MG, it tightens the spread minutely. You get increased penetration power and a shaking effect on the enemy screen, but your mobility is basically 1/3 of what it is when you are hip firing. So you need to only be using this when you have full body cover, and it is just the tip of your head and the Scythe machine gun pointing out in order for you to be able to beam those other people from that power position. Otherwise, you need to be running and hip firing machine gun while it is about as accurate and with slightly more recoil, but is still just as effective, just with a slightly slower time to kill. That is what I recommend doing most of the time in order to survive. The Scythe is a very versatile ultimate. It can be used on any map in both close and long range situations. That is why he, as compared to Firebreak, is a lot more favored in most situations. For most players who only pick one character, Scythe would probably be the best straight lethal option, as he allows you to be effective on all types of maps and in most situations, while Firebreak only allows you to be extremely effective in close range maps and situations, but very ineffective at other ones, pretty much any other character ahead of you. And while the Scythe is favored among those strong players, there are counters to it. My favorite one is the shot punch, which is an extremely common technique where you shoot someone once and punch them, but that does require getting close to the Scythe machine gun. Another thing that a lot of people like to do is using other specialists to counter them. The best specialist for that would be Ajax with his 9-bang and shield, both making him impenetrable to the Scythe, the 9-bang making him unable to see but still be able to shoot in the shield, putting you as a wall who can still fire back at the enemy, but the enemy can't hurt you. Another good option is the Purifier, which at point blank range has a faster time to kill than the Scythe. And then the final option, which is not necessarily as effective, is playing your cover. Most cover can be shot through with the Scythe, but a lot of the time this is what I end up doing in order to be able to get close enough to shot punch him and get that extremely fast time to kill, or in order to get behind them and outmaneuver him to be able to kill him while he has a superior weapon equipped. For the Radar Shroud, the counters are Zero's Ear and P Grenade and Bullets. If you are able to find this with either the Engineer perk or your eyes, it will be a very easy task to be able to shoot it down and give your teammates the relief of being able to see their mini-map again and relieving the enemy of some of that unnecessary score they have gotten from that extremely annoying device. One thing that I forgot to mention about the Radar Shroud is that it does not just give you score, but your teammates, if they get kills inside your Radar Shroud, will also be gifted with extra score. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Reaper is extremely effective on all maps, and for a kit for him, I would recommend at least Gung Ho and Stim Shot, preferably with Flak Jacket, so you are able to counter those strong Firebreak players who are able to get close to you. You'll have a lot fairer of a chance to kill them. Another character that works very well with this one is Crash, allowing you to get even more skill per kill and under that Raider Shroud that stacks very quickly. I remember with one kill with my Scythe, with all the stacked abilities I had, I got 235 score from one kill, which can build your score streaks a lot faster than just regular kills can. When you get multiple of those kills chained together, on top of working together with your team and positioning and holding the enemy spawn, you can get kill streaks surprisingly and ungodlily fast, something that I heavily recommend doing. Next character I'll be talking about is Ruin. My advice for Ruin is use that grapple hook to get close, and when shit gets bad, pop that Grav Slam. Once you pop that Grav Slam, everything close to you will be fucking dead. Make sure it's on even ground, or else you can hit marker enemies with it, which is complete bullshit. But anything in a point blank range of you will fucking die, and that's all that matters. Just boom, everyone dead. Extremely effective, extremely simple. In league play, watch out though, because it can kill your teammates. I had a teammate throw a game by killing all 5 of us off point, and he got beamed by an enemy, and we lost the game because of him. So fuck that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't use Ruin stupidly in league play. Next character I'm going to be talking about is Seraph. Seraph has a weapon as her specialist weapon called the Annihilator, or as it's supposed to be called, the Annihilator. The Annihilator will pop a hole or a cap in anyone's ass from any distance. Just don't hip fire it. The Annihilator has really dog shit hip fire. Just if someone is extremely close range, just quick scope with it. Seraph is not one of the best characters as far as lethal characters go, except if you're talking in Search and Destroy, where she's a lot more effective. She allows you to respawn with her Tech Deploy beacon, but in respawn that just gets your teammates farmed and spawn trap for a moment in time as they are force spawned in that area. The Annihilator will be a lot more effective as well in Search and Destroy, as it's one shot to any part of the body nature. It does not have very high penetration power, and you cannot no-scope with it, making it very difficult to use in a respawn situation, but it is okay at medium range. Next character I want to address is Battery. Just spam it, Lamau. Just spam everything. Just fucking, you get the grenade, throw it where you think an enemy will be. Spam it at campers, spam it at assholes. If there's an objective that's being contested, fucking spam it. Unless you're in league play, don't do that then. If you're in league play, only use it when your teammates are not on the objective. Same thing as hardcore, but if you're in a regular match, just spam it, just shoot it fucking everywhere. It'll get kills. Battery is really easy in that way. Next character I'm going to be talking about is Gajax. He has a 9-bang and a shield. If you play this character for anything except for to farm headshots, you're a pussy. Fucking kill yourself. It's that simple. Ajax has a ballistic shield, which has a hipfire and ADS mode. Hipfire, again, works the same way as Reaper. You are more mobile, but less accurate. And when you ADS, you are more accurate, but far less mobile. But in this situation, you are more protected with Ajax's shield. Ajax also has a melee, which is a 2-hit on his shield. Extremely effective, and that 9-bang, which has, the longer you cook it, the longer it stuns the enemy as its effect. Extremely annoying, extremely effective. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. Don't use him unless you're a fucking pussy. And while Ajax can be annoying, there are situations in which he has to be used or is used more effectively. Use him in Search and you aren't as bad of a person, is basically what I'm saying. Most characters who are considered aids in regular matches aren't as bad in Search because you don't get to spam it as often. Next character I'm going to be talking about is Spectre. He has a smoke grenade, which in respawn is extremely ineffective, but in Search and Destroy can help teammates cover the bomb, allow you to push up through smoke and see enemies and get free kills. He is extremely effective, and if you get a sword in Search and Destroy, it is again extremely effective. As the background gameplay you guys will be seeing here, I'm literally just shredding niggas with the sword. It's really fucking good in Search and Destroy. Otherwise, I don't really recommend Spectre. Final character I'm going to be talking about is Prophet. If you use Prophet, go fuck yourself. Kill yourself. That's the end of the video. If you liked it and you want to see part 2, hit that like button, subscribe. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace out, y'all. Yo.